Monday, March 6th, 2023. What is going on, guys? Brandon here. We have a quick market update for the day. We're going to try to make these more concise and just go over the market material and the trifecta and then the three liquidity indicators to show you exactly what's going on in the market so that way you can make good predictions and investments for your family and you're not at the mercy of other people. So let's check this. The trifecta, the bond yields, United States 10-year Treasury is really kind of the benchmark for everything. It was up above 4% last week, the yield, the first time in a number of months, which was, I believe, a 14-year high. And it's dropped down below a little bit. We got people up here buying the bonds, if you will, dropping the yields down. So we got, mystery buyers. We got some central banks going on that, don't look now. They told you that they're, we're going to be tightening, but they're over here buying at the bonds. Because that's not mom and pop buying those bonds that are changing anything. We got some big players in here buying them up, trying to suppress these back down. So we're going to watch this very closely, like we've been doing over the last number of weeks, last month or so, saying, hey, we're going to watch this because this keeps creeping up above 4. We're going to continue having problems. The longer that stays there, the longer these bonds are rolling over, the longer people have to service this higher debt. Countries servicing their loans in dollars, they will have more and more problems. So the longer this takes place, the more problems we're going to have. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this. These are the liquidity events that can freeze the system and create 08, 09, create 2020, all the printing there. This is what will happen. Or I should say end of 2019, the repo market seizing up and then leading into we needed something to cover up all the printing into 2020. So we found our scapegoat. So this is what happens when you have a fiat currency. It really destroys the entire system. The bond market is a complete Ponzi in and of itself. You guaranteeing future taxation on yourself and your children, that's what you're doing. You're buying a government bond. So we will have fun with that. The entire yield curve is inverted. Beautiful stuff, meaning that the bond market, the smart money, I guess, if you will, the biggest market in the world is saying there's going to be recession, there's going to be just problems in the future, and the rates are going to be lower because they're going to have to come back down to try to help stimulate and get us out of this mess. So that is the bond market. Let's see what the Forex is doing. So we obviously have seen the bond yields drop a little bit, so people buying up the bonds, moving out of the dollar, which makes sense. We see the dollar DXY relative strength drop a little bit over the last few days, back under 105. So we're going to keep, again, same thing as the 10-year. This is a destroyer of nations if this continually climbs up. Let's see again the 50-year and what happens. Again, this is over the last 50 years. This is kind of that third peak here we've seen. So getting up towards highs, and this is why countries and currencies are collapsing. The dollar milkshake theory by Brent Johnson. So please go check that out, and that will give you an insight as to what exactly is happening. What are the stock? What does oil do? Oil is the one that's made the jump really in the last few days here, up to $80 a barrel. And again, as that continues to climb, that will bring up prices for everything as commodities, as oil climbs. It'll make everything more expensive in life. And George Gammon just said it, phenomenal 2-hour rant, pod he did with Robert Breedlove talking about Americans. If you are here in America, and we go back onto whatever it is, maybe sound money or just being in an inflationary world with CBDCs, we accept the slavery coin here. Well, you're going to have to start living and understanding how to live with a lower standard of living and thinking, how am I going to operate in this world? That is just a reality of what America and the West has coming for it, because we've continually kicked the can down the road and we do not want to fix any of our problems. We want to be woke. We want to just keep kicking the can down to the next generation. Well, those roosters are coming home. Those chickens are coming home to roost. So gold and silver, then we check the 3 big liquidity indicators. Gold and silver have seen a little bump here over the last couple days. Actually, silver is back up to 21, and it was is in the 20s here last week. So a little bump back up to 21. It's down a little bit on the day, so it bumped up above that. Gold is still about 1850, and then Bitcoin, again, got beaten down just a little bit because we had some news about Silvergate, the bank there, and that's why Bitcoin kind of got beaten up over the last week or so. And again, nothing to do with Bitcoin. Silvergate has zero to do with Bitcoin, the asset and the commodity itself and the network. It's just people that are in the Bitcoin world have loans from Silvergate, and Silvergate is a player in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So again, would have an effect on Bitcoin's price just in the short term. And that's why you see, again, a little bit of movement out of there, people getting a little bit worried. But overall, nothing to really worry about, because you know why? Bitcoin is still running. Let's check out and see here ourselves. Is Bitcoin running? Ah, yes, beautiful. Bitcoin is running just as we thought it would. TikTok next block to every 10 minutes on average. Actually, let's see here from time chain calendar. You can see all the stats that you need to know. And we got about a 9-minute, 45-second average block time. So beautiful stuff. There we go. It's running. Nothing to worry about. And what we do know we need to worry about is this debt. This is why Bitcoin. This is why we advocate for Bitcoin as the monetary standard, and people going into sound money and this standard that cannot be busted up by politicians and cannot be stealing our time and energy, our wealth away from us. This is what we have. If we look forward to continue using the dollar, this is your life going forward. You will continue to get destroyed. This is the dollar to Bitcoin. Absolutely getting worked over. This will continue to happen. Bitcoin is running. All that's left to do is talk about what is new, as Nolan Bauerle says. So I love that. Go check this out if you would like. Again, we just did a video the other day about a couple days ago, so go check that out about the 3 indicators and how to actually get in here and see what's happening. And I go to the calendar and show you how to just to kind of tame it down to just like the impact. I just want these 3 big things. So again, this week we've got Fed Chair Powell running his yapper tomorrow, and we got testimony next week, and then we got in a week from now, a little over a week from now, the unemployment rate. So those are the big things on the radar coming up. So again, go check the video out I did where I show you where you can go find these things. Because again, we just did this in a few minutes. These are the indicators you need to know to understand what the market's doing. The dog that wags the tail, the credit market, the bond market is the biggest market in the world, and that's where everything is derived from. So we have to understand that to know where everything else is going to fall. The stocks, all that is just, that's just window dressing. That's all it is. So I appreciate you coming to my TED Talk. I would implore you to please share this out. The algorithm hates truth. This is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. Please share it out because the algorithm hates freedom, it hates truth, it hates honesty, it hates questioning, it hates alternative narratives to the puppeteers narrative. No other way to say it. So I appreciate your time and energy. It's the most important asset we have. The only finite asset we have, like our time, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is time. So they're equally tradable, unlike anything else. There's nothing else that's equally tradable to our time than Bitcoin. It's the only 2 finite things we have. So if you know something else, please share in the comments. Please let us know. And any other comments, we can battle it out down there if there's something that you agree with or you don't. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.